Hey guys, Mr. Weaver here. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the spinning assignment because it is due this Friday. So I figure I might as well go ahead and demonstrate what I'm looking for on the spinning assignment and kind of go over again one more time the spinning assignment kind of rubric slash guide. So you can find that if you go again to modules and then under modules, it is the spinning assignment slash project here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up and full screen it at first, and then we'll get out of here. Actually, I think I'll just zoom in here so you folks can read it. No, that doesn't work. There we go. So here's the deal. The first 10 of the points are going to come from the tracking that you did. And for this, I said that this is pretty much how well am I able to see that you tracked your spending, being what you spent money on, where you spent it, when you spent money, and how much you spent. Okay, and I advise you guys to make a table for your paper. So I want to go ahead and show you what Billy did. You see Billy, his name's Billy Batson. He was one of my students for a while, then he just went MIA. He said something about having to go and join the Justice League. I don't know. Anyways, Billy here, he tried his very best. So we're going to go through and grade his paper as if it was being turned in this year. So Billy, he did include his table, which this is formatted very nice, by the way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think the only thing I would do is just add some flair here, maybe bold these. That way I can see that these are the headers and these are the things inside each one. Oh, he even added total spending here. I probably would have bolded that too. Go ahead and do that for Billy. But you see, Billy did a great job. He only spent 3 things because he's a teenager, doesn't have a lot of money. Some of you guys will be in the same scenario. Some of you guys may have 1 row. Some of you guys may spend a lot of money because you have a job and you like spending money. I like spending money and I have a job. And you'll have transactions that go, maybe your table will span multiple pages. That's okay. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like Billy's. Matter of fact, in some cases, I'd advise you having in some of these cases that we're going to look at today, not looking like Billy's. For instance, Billy put here, he went to Amazon. He bought something from Amazon on the 2nd of September, but Billy did not remember what in the world he bought, so he put forgot. This would be something he'd actually miss a point for. So far, Billy's actually missed one of the points. So make sure that you put, very clearly that you've tracked all of these things you need to track, and don't put, I forgot. Okay, make sure that you're tracking. You should have been tracking your spending, right? Let's go ahead and continue on. Let's go back. So that's that. He missed 1 point, so he has a 9 so far. If we go back here, for the next section, this is opportunity cost. And for this, I just want to be able to see that you guys understand opportunity cost and see how it applies to your life, okay? So how well am I able to see that you understand opportunity cost? That's one thing. And whether or not you see the opportunity cost of your spending. So the best way to demonstrate this is to define it and then talk about opportunity cost of your spending. So let's go see what Billy wrote. Billy, he wrote the following. I'm not sure if you guys can read it, so I'll go ahead and read it here. This is the portion of the paper where I describe what opportunity cost is. Oh, come on, Billy. Actually do it. It looks like he sent me his rough draft, so he's probably going to be missing some points here. I could be boring and include a definition, or I could go another step further and provide an example. That's right, Billy. Yeah. So you guys can just use the definition. However, if you want to really demonstrate to me that you know what opportunity cost is, maybe include an example that we talked about in class or the one that you make up on your own. Whatever he does, though, he says, whatever I do, I just need to make sure that Mr. Weaver knows that I know what opportunity cost is. That's essentially what I'm measuring here, right? With this paragraph. And Billy wrote a paragraph, honestly, if Billy actually wrote about opportunity cost and the opportunity cost of his spending, I'm sure that he could have fit it into a paragraph. If you guys take up, more than a page telling me about opportunity cost and the opportunity cost of your spending, you guys can go for it. That's by no means necessary. I just need to know that you know what opportunity cost is and you know the opportunity cost of your spending, okay? Going a little bit further here, he says, I would then write about the opportunity cost of my spending. I could total up all that I spent and show the opportunity cost of my total spending, like he did here. Or he could talk about the opportunity cost of some of the specific times he spent money. So for instance, it looks like he spent some, $20 on V-Bucks. Shoot, he could have put that towards a game on, for me, I could buy a game on Steam with $20 instead of just, some fancy dress in Fortnite. Or, you look at the $37. Shoot. Dang. That could buy him, an actual recent game on, I could, with me, if I spent $37 on these things, I could have bought, like, an actual decent game on Steam. Or, you know, shoot, maybe instead of spending money on Amazon and the Dairy Queen, he could have bought even more V-Bucks. Okay, whatever you do, there's always a cost, right? So, so long as you guys describe what your opportunity cost is of your spending, to make sure you know that you know what opportunity cost is, and we'll be good to go. If we go ahead and look at the next thing here, which is formatting. We'll actually combine these two things. Okay, formatting and the little things because they're kind of similar. How well is the paper formatted? The best way to make sure your paper is formatted correctly is to use the following settings: 12-point font settings, professional font Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri, whatever, 1-inch margins. Let's see if Billy succeeded in doing this. Okay, so these are 1-inch margins. Honestly, this may be bigger than a 1-inch margin here at the top, but if we go to format here, I have not done this on the Google Suite in a while. Uh-oh. Tell you what, guys, when in doubt, Google. Setting margins in Google Docs. File page setup. Easy peasy. So it was under file. Page setup. Okay, looks like all the margins are 1 inches here, as you can see. So Billy's good to go. One thing here. Does Billy have a 12-point font? Ooh, oh, Billy, you got to make sure to pay attention to that. Oh, man. See, look here. It says 12-point font, right? So 12-point font, professional font, and 1-inch margins. So he has the margins. Doesn't look like Billy has a 12-point font. It's 11. So, I'm going to do Billy a favor here. I'm going to clean that up for him. Arial is a professional font, right? So long as it's not something like this, if you have Comic Sans, I will count you off, right? So make sure you're using something professional, like one of the ones that I listed, okay? Furthermore, 1-inch margins, professional font, correct font size, looks like Billy, with me coming in here correcting these things, looks like he's good to go there, okay? So, just know that I'm not going to correct things on your paper to give you points. The little things. Does the paper feel complete? The best way to make sure your paper is complete is to include in the top right corner the following: name, period, date. Below this information, you should include a centered, bolded, 24-point font size title. Okay, so let's see here. So let's see if he had name, date, and period. Oh, he just has name. That's not good. So he would also have to include his period. So he's in, I think he was in period 7 when I had him. And this assignment is due on the 11th, I am sure. Yes, on the 11th. So there we have it. He's good to go there. Now, is this 24-point font? Let's see. Ooh, this is 72-point font. Billy, come on, man. Come on. So 24 points. There we go. And there you have it. Things look good to go. Yeah, Billy's paper's good to turn in now. He doesn't have a good discussion. He talks about talking about opportunity cost, but he doesn't do it. Anyways, guys, this is essentially what your paper should look like. You may have a bigger paragraph, couple paragraphs, however long you want to make it, describing opportunity cost and the opportunity cost of your spending. You may have a bigger table, a shorter table. Guys, whatever you do, so long as you follow the format that I provided, you should be good to go. So, without further ado, adios.